In today's discussion, we'll delve into a passionate exploration of gender ideology, truth, and the impact it has on society.
Key points.
Concern for children. Primacy of truth. Risk worth taking. The role of truth. This is about sticking to the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. They don't want to compromise the truth for personal beliefs or comfort, especially when it comes to discussions about gender and identity. They're taking a strong position against what they call gender ideology, believing that truth should always come first in these conversations.
Now, why do I care about gender ideology? I care because it harms children.
I care because it harms children. Matt Walsh is expressing concern about the potential negative impact of gender ideology on children. This highlights the significance of preserving traditional values and ensuring the welfare of the younger generation.
I care because of what it does to women and their identities being appropriated and degraded by cross-dressing men with fetishes. And of course, all of that is a reason enough to care. But even before that, I care because the truth matters.
I care because the truth matters. Prioritize verifiable facts and objective reality over personal beliefs and subjective emotions.
And you are saying things that are not true. The truth matters more than anything. It matters more than your ideology. It matters more than your preferences.
The truth matters more than your ideology. It matters more than your preferences. Matt Walsh emphasizes that truth takes precedence over personal beliefs, ideologies, or preferences.
It matters more than your feelings or your self-identification or your gender identity or your sexual orientation. The truth matters more than anything. Trans activists say that if you talk about this issue, that when I talk about this issue, I am putting their lives at risk somehow. And if that's true, well, you know what? It's a risk worth taking. If speaking the truth puts your life at risk, I'll still speak it. It's a risk worth taking. If speaking the truth puts my life at risk, I'll still speak it.
If speaking the truth puts your life at risk, I'll still speak it. Matt Walsh underscores the primacy of truth over individual beliefs, ideologies, or preferences.
There is nothing to fight for except for the truth. There's nothing to live for except the truth.
There's nothing to fight for except for the truth. There's nothing to live for except the truth. Individuals discover profound meaning and purpose through embracing truth and living authentically.
There is no love without truth. There's no beauty without truth.
There is no love without truth. There's no beauty without truth. Matt Walsh establishes a connection between truth and fundamental human values like love and beauty. This signifies the notion that genuine relationships and authentic aesthetics are grounded in truth.
That's why I won't give it up for your sake or for anyone else's. I care because I care about the truth. And you, as the gender ideologue, you should care about it too. This university should care about it. So the question we really ought to be asking then is not why do I care about the truth? It's why don't you?
So the question we really ought to be asking then is not why do I care about the truth? It's why don't you? This thought-provoking rhetorical question challenges proponents of gender ideology to place truth as their top priority. It implies that embracing truth is crucial for authentic self-discovery and individual development. The highlighted phrases in this content underscore Matt Walsh's unwavering dedication to truth as a way to safeguard children and uphold traditional values. Matt Walsh values authenticity and a purposeful existence rooted in truth, reflecting a viewpoint that prioritizes objective reality over subjective relativism. The rhetorical question prompts a reconsideration of one's own allegiance to the truth. The emotional expression in this statement reflects Matt Walsh's strong dedication to truth and his vehement opposition to what he perceives as a distortion of reality caused by gender ideology. The emotions conveyed include a sense of moral duty, frustration, and a firm belief in the importance of upholding the truth. Matt Walsh's primary concern centers around the impact of gender ideology on children and women. He emphasizes that it results in the appropriation and degradation of women's identities by individuals who engage in cross-dressing for fetishistic reasons. This concern highlights a powerful emotional response to what he views as a significant societal issue. In recent news, discussions regarding gender ideology, transgender rights, and their implications for children and women remain prominent topics. Public discourse on these matters often involves intense debates surrounding identity, rights, and societal values. It is a complex and sensitive field that evokes strong emotional reactions from various perspectives. The main point emphasized in this statement is Matt Walsh's unwavering commitment to truth. He argues that truth should always take precedence over ideological beliefs or preferences, and that speaking the truth, even if it jeopardizes one's life, is a risk worth taking. This statement underscores the importance of open and honest dialogue on contentious issues, even in the face of potential personal risks. It represents a perspective that continues to be part of ongoing discussions concerning gender, identity, and societal values. Absolutely, this is about valuing truth and authenticity. The authors are against what they call gender ideology because they see it as untrue. They believe it's important for individuals to define their own values and live by them, but it's also crucial to protect minors. Matt Walsh's opposition to these ideologies is about exercising freedom, the freedom to reject ideas that don't align with your values and understanding of reality, not about hatred. This is all about valuing truth above everything else. They believe truth is a fundamental and important value that should come before personal feelings, ideologies, and identity. They're particularly concerned about certain progressive ideas related to gender identity, believing they might not always align with the truth. They're ready to speak the truth even if it's difficult, showing a commitment to personal integrity and faith. They challenge those who hold different ideological opinions, hoping for open and honest discussions. It all comes down to emphasizing values like truth, love, and beauty, and the importance of living a life that aligns with these core beliefs.
What do you think?
I promote myself and my videos. Hello, I'm Bong Sim, a Canadian resident of Asian descent. During the day, I work as a professional counselor, and at night, I do Uber food delivery. Instead of speaking in my videos, I prefer to express myself through writing. In today's world, speaking the truth can have serious consequences, both for my professional life and personal well-being. That's why I'm choosing to pen down my thoughts and using a platform to share them on my behalf. Some people find my videos uninteresting, too strict, and they even criticize the appearance of the individuals featured, including their tiredness, Asian, or perceived flaws. I understand these concerns, but I genuinely believe in the purpose behind creating these videos. Unfortunately, recent Canadian legislation has resulted in the censorship of free speech and online content. And although Google hasn't explicitly admitted their involvement, I suspect they play a part in it. Despite my efforts to monetize my content on YouTube, I haven't been able to earn any income from it. I've tried 3 times, and all my attempts were rejected. They turned me down for reasons like lacking creativity, not having a recognizable face, or not having a distinct voice. Nevertheless, I've made several adjustments to my videos, hoping to overcome these challenges. If you share my belief and support what I'm doing, I would genuinely appreciate your backing. Hello, everyone. We're here to explore a thought-provoking conversation today. Our guest has raised an interesting question about truth and transparency, especially in educational policies and the discussions surrounding them.
Key points.
Transparency and parental rights, opposition to ideological conversations in school, age-appropriate discussions, child privacy versus parental knowledge, preventing potential abuse.
Hello. So I'm not really in agreement with you. You said earlier about how what you said, the trans community is hiding truth, like the Daily Wire post, where I want to know your opinion more about like your side of the party also hiding truth. Florida hiding race, like what you say, critical race theory. I just want to know your thought process on that.
I need to know more information. I'm not aware of any rules in Florida that says you can't mention the Ku Klux Klan or you can't talk about race.
It's the blocking of critical race theory, and then also there's the Don't Say Gay Act. I just kind of want to know your thought process on that.
I want to know your thought process on that. The person is interested in comprehending the speaker's reasoning when it comes to matters pertaining to transgenderism and the Don't Say Gay bill. They recognize the significance of engaging in open and thoughtful discussions, as well as employing critical thinking skills to reach genuine and well-founded conclusions.
If you read it, it's more of an implyment that, okay, if this kid is in class, like middle school, and he's like, well, I feel like a woman, that teacher has full right to go to that parent and say, because what if the parent doesn't agree with that?
In Florida, that's not what this bill was. The bill simply said that we're not going to have discussions about things like gender identity with kids in grades K through 3.
The bill simply said that we're not going to have discussions about things like gender identity with kids in grades K through 3. The notion of restricting ideological discussions with young children. It reflects a concern for age-appropriate education and the belief that young children should not be exposed to complex social discussions. The emphasis is on the importance of providing children with a suitable learning environment that aligns with their developmental stage and avoids exposing them to potentially overwhelming or confusing topics.
So this is just saying if your kids are 8 years old or younger, that this is not a time to have conversations about transgenderism with them, which is something that, by the way, 10 years ago, and any time prior to that, almost everyone would agree. It would be insane to even talk about it. Of course we're not going to have that conversation. That's all the so-called Don't Say Gay bill did. To my mind, the problem with this is it didn't go nearly far enough. I don't think that these conversations should be had in school at all because they're not academic conversations. They're ideological conversations.
I don't think that these conversations should be had in school at all because they're not academic conversations. They're ideological conversations. Schools should prioritize academic subjects and refrain from engaging in discussions surrounding ideological or controversial topics. It highlights the significance of maintaining an environment conducive to genuine learning and exploration. By focusing on academic subjects, schools can ensure that students have the opportunity to develop their knowledge and critical thinking skills without the influence of contentious or divisive issues.
Do you feel that is an invasion of that child's privacy, though?
So this is not privacy of the child. This is, should there be secrets between a teacher and a child that the parent is not aware of?
This is, should there be secrets between a teacher and a child that the parent is not aware of. The concept of transparency among educators, children, and parents is rooted in the value of authenticity. It emphasizes the importance of fostering open and honest relationships that safeguard children from potential harm or manipulation. By promoting transparency, all parties involved can establish a foundation of trust and ensure that children's well-being and best interests are prioritized. This approach aims to create a supportive and secure environment where children can thrive and grow.
And what I would say is, even if they're not a teacher, there should be no adult in the world who has a secret with my child that I'm not aware of.
There should be no adult in the world who has a secret with my child that I'm not aware of. The significance of parental involvement and awareness in a child's education and overall well-being cannot be overstated. It emphasizes the crucial role that parents play in their children's lives, including their academic development, emotional growth, and overall success. By actively participating in their child's education, parents can provide support, guidance, and valuable insights that contribute to their child's learning journey. This involvement helps create a strong foundation for the child's educational experience and promotes their overall well-being.
That is never an okay thing, and that is always the setup for all manner of abuse of a child.
The highlighted phrase in this content highlights a biased viewpoint regarding education policies surrounding transgenderism and other sensitive topics. It underscores the significance of tailoring educational content to be age-appropriate and ensuring transparency in communication. Furthermore, it emphasizes the crucial role of genuine dialogue and clear communication in fostering productive and informed public debates. The emotional expression in this conversation showcases a critical discussion about the role of schools in discussing sensitive topics like gender identity and critical race theory. The speaker appears to express a mix of curiosity, skepticism, and concern about the potential impact on children's education. The initial question highlights a desire to understand the speaker's perspective regarding the accusations that the trans community is hiding truth and how it relates to what's perceived as Florida's attempts to regulate certain discussions in schools. It indicates a willingness to engage in dialogue and seek information. In recent news, the debate over Florida's Don't Say Gay bill, which restricts discussions about gender identity and sexual orientation in primary school classrooms, remains a prominent issue. This bill has sparked intense debates about privacy, education, and the involvement of parents in their children's education. The key point emphasized by the speaker is the concern over what they perceive as potential invasions of a child's privacy and the desire for transparency between educators and parents. They argue that no adult, including teachers, should keep secrets with a child that the parents are not aware of, citing the risk of child abuse. This conversation reflects broader debates about the role of schools, parents, and the state in shaping children's education and values, with ongoing discussions about how to balance these interests. It showcases the importance of open dialogue and consideration of differing perspectives on sensitive topics in education. The importance of traditional values, questioning the need for discussions about gender identity with young children. It emphasizes the preservation of traditional norms and beliefs and is concerned about privacy and parental rights. The core argument is that parents should be fully informed and engaged in their children's education and discussions with teachers. It's critical of ideological conversations in schools, suggesting that schools should primarily focus on academic subjects rather than promoting specific ideological perspectives. This perspective challenges opposing views that support discussions about gender identity and race in schools, believing that these conversations may not be suitable for children, especially at a young age. Transparency between adults and children, especially between teachers and parents, is valued, and the importance of maintaining strong family participation in education is highlighted to ensure the safety and protection of children. There are concerns about the potential for indoctrination of children with adult political ideologies and sexual preferences, and a strong objection to what is perceived as the injection of such ideologies into minors, equating it with child abuse and a child sex offense.
What do you think?